There's nothing you can do. At least if a raise nade comes in, you can run away, but there's no
ダ
running
ッ
away
セ
from
この
this.
スキン
I mean, these sort of plays, again, this is for someone being on top, but you're going to see that spray from main in the very beginning to deny.
ちょっと待って、俺さ、今気づいちゃったんだけどさ、
At times using his shrouded step to cross over, and then there's players there to punish him.
ごめん、
There
ちょっ
was
と
a
言えない
lot
わ。
of cool ideas on the.
Yeah,
ちょっと待てよ、
first
俺さ。
debut on Breach and he pulls out numbers like this. I think the Zippen has been a little bit left out of the conversation after
For this guy, because his fade and his sky have been incredible. He's been individually delivering, but he came in here on the breach and what he outfragged his last play on fade and out assisted it. So altogether, I can't complain.
Yeah, he's one of those players that
今の現行のユニフォームがさ、スマイトの柄だからさ、スマイト使ってんのかと思ってたけど、ちょっと仕上がったわ。なんかちょっと似てるなと思ってたんだよな。でもなんかスマイト柄みたいなやつなかったっけな。これ何で使ってんのこれスマイト。そもそも。マジでダサくない？
Angel was just playing that Cypher, trying to catch Twistin and Molsey against Vitality, and you know that net wasn't getting any
いやでもクロニクルはゲームも強いイケメン嫁さんもいる嫁さんも美人でもこの4つがあるからこそダサいのかもしれないセンスないのかもしれないもしかしたらもうダサくあってほしい逆にそこでバランス取ってんのかもしれないダサいのかもごめん彼的にはもしかしたらいいと思ってるのかもしれないから俺はもう何も言わないわよくない人のセンスに言うのはほらちょっとスマイト柄っぽく見えるじゃんユニフォームが
maybe just because they don't have that reps. You know, I have a feeling
人のセンスにあだこだ言うのは良くないね
maybe this is going to be it. Maybe they want to move. If we look at
確かに RGX までは良かったなぜスマイトに行った RGX は流行ったのにスマイトは流行らなかった夜これもうピックしたのえ夜マジこれマジ皆さん夜来ました
Yeah, it turned very placid, I guess, more towards kind of expectations towards the end of map one. But yeah, I guess with the benefit of coming across to a wildly different composition, yes. Na'Vi should be in the driving seat in terms of the tempo here.
Exactly. I'd love to see them kind of shift into that and not play into Fnatic's game plan. See if they can
マジで夜なんだ
Well, speaking
ど
of
ういう
tempo
感じで使うんだろう
highly aggressive start and an isolated player, and look how quickly they're
う
going
わ
to the
す
case now.
んげえ取るじゃん
Everything to follow up on this, but Cena catches it.
But I thought there was utility put towards Zenit. I thought they'd crossed, you know, all the T's, dotted the I's, all the good stuff, but now Dirk is actually in a little bit of a predicament. He's got a problem towards CT and towards middle.
ダーク
Unfortunately for him, no one fancies overextending towards this, so he does get to keep his life, and Dirk gets to slip a little bit deeper towards B main.
Curious, actually, that there wasn't any Chronicle or Leo pressure coming through mid on the back of that. Almost that pinch towards Sushi. Na'Vi have regrouped though.
足音は聞こえて
These
そうな
steps
んですよ
passing will allow safe passage to sight.
Yeah, but maybe trying to catch a straggler or two, but no one giving him much of a chance to get to Danger. Yeah, he's gone down.
でかいよ
Three players there, a little too much to handle. But the spike will be planted, so the trade out comes in, but the map feels small. They're locked to the site. They want to win out on one of these extremities, basically, but the options are limited. Is Chronicle going to take those first couple of steps? The flash does turn it. Doesn't really dissuade him from his pathing. The smoke could be a problem.
エンジェル夜にした瞬間ファーストセットしないやん
Dirk will look for this challenge, but he's almost got the players lined in this situation, Lauren.
If he goes down, then it becomes way more comfortable. But actually, it's Chronicle and Leo to succeed. Now, only Cena to draw blood on the way back in, but it's Angel still doing damage. Leo down low, not enough. And now, looking at what's left, it's just Cena. Clock on his side. The flash, he's going to eat that blow. The fuse isn't stopping. He's going to get there in time. Waited it out patiently. Yes, close, but no cigar in the end for Cena.
Again, Fnatic able to survive with so many bodies towards main here.
なんでエンジェルさん多めやめた瞬間ファーストセットしないですか
They have to prioritize one extremity or the other, and actually I even noted there's a very deep trap wire actually in screens all the way towards spawn. So this is to prevent any progress very deep into screens. I mean, T-Ned's left with a an awful decision to make here to commit to that swing, or obviously wait out and bank on Alpha. Looking to take a swing off that. A weird opener, but Fnatic actually flip a 4v5 here in the pistol.
Yeah, great work from them, and obviously reaping the benefits of that now, having
much
purchase obviously on the other side. The arguably down to the Sheriffs. One Frenzy for Sugetsu. Where's that threat going to come from? That was a little bit too far. Even
Angel's
he knows
laughing
that.
about it, yeah. Throw someone out and around like this and
夜運用初めて見たかも
find anything.
スプリット
Boaster finds a ton of damage.
Yeah, he's got to be careful here. Durka quickly on it. Doesn't want to allow him to go down. Lots of damage done. Sugetsu low, Zipan low. It's all become a bit vulnerable to this hit. Leo should mop up, really. Oh, the timing's just gorgeous between Leo and Durka. This deadly little duo working in unison perfectly. Fnatic clearing up all the threats. And Sugetsu left to rot on 30 HP.
フローレスフローレス
The dream's crushed. Clean round from Fnatic. I can't help but love seeing this Leo and Durka combination constantly.
There's always intention behind this utility from Leo, and Durka probably want to matter. Was there a flash? No, it's just, yeah. He's just seeing if he can find a kick, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the map actually, particularly on split, where Durka's happy to be way more aggressive, go above and beyond where I think teams expect him to be in certain situations. Excited to see actually here technically with a reinforced front line with the two duelists from Na'Vi. How that actually pans out. Yeah, looked like CNEB was going to try and swing underneath this, but he's going to wait for it to expire. Well, he actually wants to get ahead of the second one, Boaster. This will find the information there on the backside of it.
See that tempo shift here as well. Na'Vi starting to employ their own approach. And the timing of this dog quite nice. You can see Na'Vi trying to sit back a little bit deeper, try and not get caught by it. Did draw some gunfire, but there's so much intention behind this. All players are here.
The Fnatic have spotted both duelists though.
You know what's coming their way. Angel going to try and get ahead of this one.
It's a flash.
He's still got at least a fair fight. It's good. Boaster got to be careful now, could be surrounded. He's actually going to lose out. Angel, beautiful play towards the site. Precarious, sure, but he's reaped the rewards for it. The benefits still carrying on. Chronicle the next to fall, and Angel having a whale of a time. 3 kills already this round, he might get some more.
Oh, Durka probably going to try and challenge here, but Alpha a million miles away from this one right now. It's a 2v5. Some players tagged up, yes, but it's not really anything that Fnatic can capitalize on comfortably, at least.
No, it's going to be tough to close that gap. You can already see Angel waiting for this. One away from his ult. Zipan's going to take that one, though.
You almost want him to actually find this kill. I'm surprised Zipan takes it.
Wow, he's got that.
He's one off the Rolling Thunder now, so it comes full circle for him. Yeah, the confidence here, actually, this paranoia is going to land. I noted Angel just catching his own flash ever so slightly. Again, the confirmation there, somebody's on default. Oh, sorry, no, it was the Sky Flash that came through.
Yeah. Okay.
In that situation, the flash is completely mitigated by the paranoia landing.
Wow.
Again, Angel still has time after that TP.
Okay.
Pressure
here, but it's a buyback in. This is the round where we've got to see if they've come up with a plan to how to deal with this. But keep in mind, Durka's still on that judge.
I'll say Shao giving away the sound cue with that.
Flash
didn't actually catch.
Na'Vi looking slippery. Flash. No TP taken. There it is. A little delayed on it, but we'll be caught up by this. Oh, Durka's position could be really nasty.
It's a nasty gun.
And he's still yeah, that's wild to me. And that's here. And the re-clear coming up from Leo is very nice.
Big upgrade, actually. Durka to retrieve the rifle as well. He's had the option of still playing the judge for the time being, but the option to swap out at least here if Fnatic want to concede a plant. Not going to be as much of a hindrance in terms of the retake.
Yeah,
I've seen CNED and Angel really stack up together and kind of focus their efforts just yet.
Good read from Fnatic on this rotation. Starting to drift Leo over a little bit further. This should confirm it. Chronicle takes a little bit of a look and he finds what he wants.
I was going to say it should catch, but the fault line maybe even a little off there, or it ran out of effect. Still going to find some progress towards site though.
Oh,
wow.
Full blind. Just through the smoke, but CNED with a bit of a wild spray does find it, but Chronicle, the immovable object on the site, doesn't allow them to even really come that close, and CNED keeping their rifle is the best he could really hope for here. So Fnatic looking pretty sure in this now.
I want to see a setup here to really put Angel and CNED in a position to isolate 1v1s on the back of Zipan and Xiao, potentially Angel's utility as well, but we're not really seeing them stacked up in any situation so far. Yes, in 4 rounds.
これおもろすぎでしょ。
That's really, you've got to argue, especially on the attack, that's their win condition here, playing this composition. Whether it be isolating Durka or potentially looking towards the anchor being Boaster or Alpha, yeah. It's definitely what I want to see going forwards here, and Fnatic with some exploration towards mid.
It's been caught, but the trade's good for Durka. CNED's in danger here, trying to just play his life, but you can see already on the hunt, Durka's going deep in this one.
でもプロの反応速度読みなんかなあれってやっぱり速攻振り向くかなと思って出たのかな。
The ult goes to waste. It all feels a little rabid at this approach.
Chronicle has posted up behind that smoke.
なんかもう2人死んでない。
Na'Vi not running through spawn. They don't want to give this information away to any player that's still pushed deep in mid. This information gathered towards sewers though.
Oh, the timing on this doesn't quite paint the full picture, but who gets the timing right? Little tease on the cam.
Man.
Wow.
He's staring the other way that entire time.
これアルファやどうなる？
On this type of the best, but Alpha, gorgeous tracking on the first here. Couple more fights to be had. Zini wants the ult as well.
うわ偉すぎるそこでワンキロ持ってくのマジか。
So much time. Just reluctant to give it up.
And the timing on the fault line is perfect as well.
ナイフのクラシックダッサ。
Yeah, Fnatic looking
全部スマイとかよ。
hard to really shake. Showing a couple of different looks. Obviously here the proactive push down mid. We'll question the execution maybe, but
ここで避けたんだ。
remaining slippery enough to
ここ2人持ってったらやば
avoid
す
that
ぎる。
showstopper, and ultimately Zipan shutting that down. But again, in terms of the outcome, Fnatic swing that right back in their
意外と
favor.
フナティックの持ちパン盛り上がったねな。
Ultimate's starting to come online now. Rolling Thunder, Blade Storm. Angel does have his as well.
They're sitting so deep though on Fnatic.
This is the sort of thing you want to do when the enemy Yoru has, or you don't want to commit towards a site hold. At least here, I mean, it's easier to slip away from B side than it is committing towards an A side hold, but yeah, heads up play from Fnatic, to be honest. They don't want to get isolated from that combo.
So let's see what I can do with this. How much value? We've already seen how far Boast has gotten. Okay, there's your vulnerable target.
That's exactly what you don't want to happen.
There it is. Great read. Angel, right way to play that. And actually, Shower the follow-up. Chronicle's gone down, but there's still players on the site here. Leo, how much can one man do, really? The TP taken, but he reads it so well. Turns around for a follow-up. Leo is out of this world, but he gets put to bed. Zipan's got him, and Sugetsu's right on the case as well. It's all on Alpha. A 1v2. He's got Zipan full HP, and Sugetsu down a little lower, but they're looking for the side. This timing could be everything.
Zipan, I was going to say, wisely actually slips back into B main, Lauren. Waiting for this regroup to come through. So Na'Vi looking to play this advantage.
Yeah, but the timing on this, when do they even consider this an option? Because he still could be lingering around, he could be CT, he could be anywhere. They have to clear this site, but they've gotten scot-free. They haven't found contact, they found nothing. So you start asking those questions. This is when you'll find the answers. Alpha is close. But they've got to consider it.
Yeah, back to Kizuka.
Can he find the second? It's not going to happen. Sugetsu keeps composure, keeps his cool, and keeps Na'Vi in this game.
Other than Boaster slipping into B main here, this is the perfect setup, the perfect read from Fnatic. Again, heads-up play, great way to utilize the Yoru ultimate. This is exactly what you want to see. Leo goes down swinging though. Nearly even resets for this hurdle to Zipan, by the way.
It's the remix. The judge is out. Does have his ult though, so hopefully we get to see a little finesse with that, but he's not been having the best days here. Could do with a couple CNED rounds for them. Cena just following behind, using it to deal with that Yoru utility. They've taken side control. They will have a plant, but it's going to be a 5v5 retake.
No damage done. Tripwire dealt with by the Trailblazer as well. I was actually committed up here. Rolling Thunder invested.
He's gone back. He's okay. He didn't get pushed off it just yet, but did he get noted? The high flash going to come in. And they are trying to pour through by Ram, but they're not having as much ease of access as they'd like. Smoke put into position, and no damage found. Paranoia didn't quite find his target. Actually, yes, it did. Tell a lie, but it's Sugetsu from above, finding 3. And CNED, a parting gift towards Boaster, and Chronicle feeling left down in this round, behind the smoke, unable to try and close down any of these kills, trade any. That's the first. Second found, 2 more, not gonna happen.
This is the sort of thing I was talking about. Sending that clone out, dealing with that first kind of kill trip on the choke. It forces Alpha to potentially play very, very different setups here. Again, away from the choke points. No possible. Just for the third there on the spam. But yeah, it forces Alpha to kind of change some of these utility placements. And again, the other thing is, he can TP behind these trips as well. Again, if CNED has a good enough read or the stars align for him, he's not going to get caught in a dash.
俺たちはこの試合をさらに見せてもらってる。幸せだな。
But is semi-committed towards this elbow hold.
Yeah, it leaves him very little room to work. They are going to be close by to the site. Doesn't get revealed any of these pieces of utility that are put down here. This could be the problem. Angel going to be caught a little bit here, and actually Chronicle perfect timing. Na'Vi fall like flies. Chronicle.
惜しい。絶対は取ってた。
Na'Vi just looking lost.
I think here, because the clone doesn't hit a trip, they think, yeah, this is where
でも取ってたよね。もう取ってたと思う。
CNED gets caught by a deeper trip. Like I said, that's exactly the thing that Na'Vi should be anticipating, especially from the previous. But again, there's the first 3 players aren't looking towards a swing from this heaven smoke. Very peculiar.
ちょっと残念そうではある。
It's a timeout for Na'Vi, yeah. Maybe not identifying that adjustment.
Round by round, that adjustment, again, Fnatic just capitalized massively. It's that slight switch up where I don't even think there's a flash coming out of that smoke. It's just a swing off of the trip contact.
一見クロニクルってクールそうで毎回ガッツポーズ大きくしてるの可愛いんだよな。
Not entirely sure, but absolute shutdown here.
This becomes such almost a mini game in this, is trying to identify where Alpha is, where those setups are, what can they do to deal with it if they continue this path.
Because this is the secondary kind of
一番熱いかもしれないチームで。
reduce the risk for CNED to dash onto site as well. And if they can't get over that first hurdle, then it'll be tough for CNED to find these entries against Decipher, particularly here on split with
14キルクロニクルやば。
Now it would be a big win, noting this adjustment of the tripwires being a little deeper, knowing that there's an opportunity towards mid here, there's not going to be a trip towards vents potentially. There are opportunities to be found. Alpha now playing a heaven setup actually with kill trip towards site, and one that looks as if it's probably catered towards an Angel TP towards the back lines.
No rush from Na'Vi, certainly not all in this time at all. I think for me, while they're more slowed down pieces, taking space, drawing out that utility. Gonna note the boom bot towards middle, but that's about it here.
Obviously here 2 Sheriffs as well, which is why we see the gaps in Angel's utility. Necessarily have an awful lot to work with here.
There's no follow-up towards middle. That flash gonna clear it. Leo's made sure of that, and with this little bit of intent, so much is expected from this. They can hit that rotate button, but they are in early. Angel this time does get noted here. What can Alpha do? Not a lot, actually. Yeah, this time dealt with. Na'Vi, good adjustment now. Chronicle looking like he wants in. Angel looks potentially dead here and put to bed by Chronicle. Still only one standing. Fnatic this time faltering. And Na'Vi's adjustments were very good here. And yeah, for free Na'Vi fixing some of those issues.
It's another one where Alpha
いや、これは夜が効いてるっすね。
Chronicle is rewarded for. A more cautious on approach. Again, this is actually the round where they don't have the decoy to send onto site, so you know Angel's caught by it, traps dealt with, and like I said in the previous Ati, as soon as you see one of these cages go up, you know a very deep trip, you know that somebody's going to try and spam within that cage. But you see there's no second layer of pressure coming towards Na'Vi. Able to isolate that kill onto Alpha fairly comfortably. Now Angel one away from his ultimate, so maybe looking to retrieve this orb. One way, a little late. At least now Angel a little paranoid about taking it.
But I like they're trying to work along a default, just purely to keep that third player away, keep it just to the two that are there for now, but they do then have to have a little bit of burst on this. Do they clear this properly? Well, Asena's taking no risk towards this, but the backline does get checked on. Alpha waited for it, spots Asena's up above, and Alpha problem. Where's the rest of the team?
Eventually coming through, but now very cautious about this approach. Zipan has found an opening. Will respond.
Unpressured as well. The bailouts here in time. Alpha got to breathe. He had that freedom. The secondary layer to this was very disconnected from Na'Vi. Haven't really seen it on an island there. And no value found. Zipan so low. He's probably not going to be able to make much of this. Rifle soon to be ripped away. And a little bit further of a gap to be made for Fnatic, making it up to 6 in just a moment's time. But Alpha doesn't need help in these scenarios.
No, and the other thing to know as well, with Na'Vi's lack of focus towards Heaven, I actually think they're realizing how much value Alpha's getting off his camera. Not having that smoke up on Heaven ahead of the dash or the TP, it reveals all the information. So yeah, looking to... again, that's why it sets up plays like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's such a huge gap between that first blood coming through. Seeing it's on site, his top default, updrafted. Nobody's swinging through the choke.
That's frustrating to see.
Because Alpha's probably in the position you don't want him to be in here.
Yeah.
Against the double duelist with a breach as well.
Looking
for that similar sort of execution once again here. Angel to find him with the ultimate and find the fault line. Angel at least confirms where he's retreated to.
I like this though, no casualties to be had this time for Fnatic. They're sitting deep, they've respected the ult coming in, they've had to give up the plan or the denial of it. Cena can't escape. Turka just fell down into just a sea of bodies. How is there not a plant in place yet? What denied that? Yeah, I'm sure the ult was a little bit threatening, but still. Looking to see that go down here, otherwise there's going to be problems. Alpha starts mopping the floor with them. Alpha's a beast right now. Togetsu, you're on the wrong side of the map, mate.
Spikeも落ちた。強すぎだろ、アルファイア。
Off of Angel's ultimate. Even at that point, the showstopper comes through, the smokes start to drop. They haven't got that kind of sustain to break line of sight long enough, but yeah, very, very strange. Na'Vi not really finding many comfortable executes with this composition. And Fnatic actually showing a number of different approaches of how to stop it.
So
find the one way in, another as well.
怖い。
HP now. And about the same amount of seconds.
さすがに時間ないだろうけど。うわー、怖い。怖い。マジでこの人強すぎ、フィジカル。
That's all you could dream of if you're a Fnatic fan. You're like, please, and just let it be Leo. Let it be Leo. I want to give credit here as well to on the screen. Alpha, considering that Na'Vi have been unrelenting at approaching this site, his adjustments have been fantastic, you know, throughout the setups, everything else. Considering this guy came in as a duelist, he looks so well equipped to handle everything the second best team in the region are throwing at him.
Yeah, it's a perfect recipe, right? Put somebody so efficient as a duelist, as a fragger, and let him solo anchor a site. It buys Fnatic so much freedom to try and control the rest of the map. Switch up here from Na'Vi, but this is unknown territory in terms of how this map has gone so far. And Durka, yeah, takes some damage.
惜しいね、11。
Angel's gotten pretty far ahead here. But can he make anything of this?
Well, he needs a fault line to elbow, pop this trap, and maybe try and isolate Alpha. Again, this lack of information of where this camera is. See Angel's looking around for it.
Okay, but now he knows that Angel was close. He's going to try and get ahead towards CT. Yeah, he gets a little bit of damage done, but he needs a bit more than that. And Alpha's
no
been god
idea.
tier. No, he's
Mine
been
Alpha,
god
yeah.
tier at this. Alpha is singling out everyone here. Perfect play. Angel finds 0 value towards CT. And Sugetsu, well, 1v5. This just feels like a masterclass from Alpha. He has been so good at buying precious time for the rest of Fnatic did those rotations, and they come in, they work well together. You've seen some lovely little combos together, but the diligence that was just shown by Alpha during that entire half was incredible.
Yeah, really. Like I said, this late in the day to try and explore mid on a whim, basically, to try and find an opener or something. There's so many question marks across the entire map for Na'Vi.
いいんじゃないか?
Fnatic haven't really been running away with that. They haven't really been progressing out B main, playing hyper aggressively and proactively looking for that information. They've been looking to receive the entire half. All of those side hits that came through, there was always a cam, a tripwire that gave Fnatic the green light towards focusing in one area. And then ultimately, because there's no pressure elsewhere, they have things like the fault line available at the right time for the execute. They have the paranoia available. They have Trailblazer and both flashes for Leo. There's so many tools that Na'Vi were unable to really draw out from Fnatic because it was so one-dimensional.
And there was, I think, 1 or 2 rounds you saw Na'Vi explore middle a little bit. You saw Angel trying to keep that, third player a little bit more present. It actually worked quite nicely, but they didn't really re-explore that option. They went back to those all in pieces, and they never got past Alpha's setups, basically, or at least with any sort of ease.
I don't know if that was really Na'Vi expecting to find value early with one of these executes, force the adjustment from Alpha, but all it forced was a very, very different setup.
いや、このクロニクルのシーンはマジでエース取ったかなと思ったけどな。
Putting his back to the wall on site, tucking into a corner, and playing a very, very deep kill trip. And even then, when you've got Chronicle swinging out of a smoke, and finding a 4K, ultimately, you're never really going to be forced to change that setup.
No, there was no real, problems with it. It was so good.
The only thing that changes that setup for Fnatic is if Durka dies a couple of times early in mid, Boaster gets picked off in B main. These are the big real win conditions for Na'Vi, but they weren't explored at all.
Rarely, I think
twice.
That's it. And they looked quite good rounds. They kept bodies where they were, they created options.
Hey, in my eyes, in terms of execution and construction, the best round we saw was actually the fault line paranoia and Angel TPing onto Pillar.
That was quite nice. That was about it.
でも隠してそう感あるな。わかんないけど、どうなんだろう。
I don't know.
Yeah.
Very, very strange.
Considering how quick to call the timeout Na'Vi were in the first map, I'm surprised they didn't explore that option more here.
And Na'Vi, historically, they love mid on split. They love playing towards mid.
Yeah, it leaves me with more questions than answers, if I'm completely honest. But fresh heart. It's a very sensible scoreline. They can do something with this, but it ain't going to be easy. This is still a very much Fnatic-sided lead here. And CNED instantly noting a whole lot of presence coming his way.
Actually happy to follow up behind this, actually. Smoke's invested fault line as well. Actually, a couple of these flashes forcing deeper, but CNED's found the first.
Oh, Zipan looks dead though. Yeah, the position just out in the open. Sugetsu falls basically into the loving arms of Fnatic, making it almost comfortable for them.
やっぱタイミング次第でプロでもね、フラッシュを切れないわけだ。
So 3v4 now in favor of Fnatic.
He's going to need some help here. Shao, Angel, someone's got to do something. And Fnatic just pausing for thought. They have the additional player up. They don't have to overextend in this regard. Tap on the spike should draw the attention. Smoke goes towards main. And here comes the counter hit. Angel good for one, but it's an Alpha answer. And it's back.
待って、アルファ比は仕上がってない?
Again, this guy is on today.
Had a rough time with the operator on the previous map, but here, absolutely delivering.
リプレイ求め。
Chronicle actually had 16 kills.
Let's have a little look at this one again towards the end.
It's just so clean to watch.
強すぎだろ、マジで。
That is not the start you'd want if you wanted a close game between these two. This now becomes very much a possibility of having that 2-0 sweep.
エンジェルはさ、もうストリーマーなんよ、なんかもう。
Na'Vi can pull off miracles here. Marshall, a couple of upgraded pistols. And it's not really comfortable. Durka actually deals with the spy cam nice and early, so removes one of the information tools. That's actually going to force the rotation of Na'Vi. No TP set up for Angel either, so there's no chance of him getting back across to support Zipan.
でもあれくらいのやっぱムードメーカー的な存在だから支持されてんのかもな。ボスターもそうだしな。
But there's nobody deep enough to really hear that retreat from B main either.
And this is when your stomach starts dropping because you know it's coming your way. Zipan, you got to do the best you can with a very, very bad hand against you. A little bit of stall, sure, buying a couple of seconds, but Paranoia sent out, no one even close enough to really catch it, and Fnatic have the sight. Now we look at what they can do. Can they cause any sort of problems here? Can Na'Vi maybe get amongst them? Not really. Angel found first and foremost. And Alpha just going to sit and watch. The cross has already been made. They are towards the lower side of ramp, and Alpha's seen, I'm pretty sure both of them, I think they noted him. So now he's got the support called in as well. Leo's there. Everyone's in towards this one. And Na'Vi finding no respite. There is no rest here for them. And there's no benefits, there's no trades, there's no nothing. This is a very flat performance so far.
Flawless round 2 for Fnatic to find 10.
でかいんじゃない？1本も削られなかったな。
Answer back in their buy round. Stop this one from, I mean, already starting to spiral out of control, but almost going beyond repair.
Whoa.
Angel nearly catches one as the smoke drops.
This could be, this could fizzle out. This has to happen for Na'Vi. This is a big round for them. They lose this, they're done for. But look at the strength of this Fnatic now. I'm wondering how much they go for. Okay, yeah, we got rifles out on deck. They are well equipped for this round. Na'Vi scraped it together the best they can here.
My eyes are down.
There's no proactive approach here from Na'Vi. CNED was playing a deep ramp position, but now reconsidering it. A big gap towards B site right now. Na'Vi investing towards a 3-man hold towards mid. I'm not sure if they'll start walking, but they're not going to be in position to catch this rotation. Not going to be there early enough. How deep do they actually go exploring?
Okay, well, you're going to know it now. But again, no flank, no anything really, just getting back through towards heaven. They might get a fight on it. Sugetsu, going to be seen. Does get away until the Paranoia catches. It's seen it to succeed though. Finding Durka is big, and finding a farm is huge. So trying to put in some real valuable work here. Gonna need to see great things out of the rest of Na'Vi as well though in this 3v3. Chronicle, Alpha and Leo still standing. No plant to be had yet, 25 seconds now. Zipan taking down Chronicle, at least took away the spike, but wait, keep an eye on Alpha in this. Keep an eye on Alpha. How much can one man do? Not enough. Xiao, heads up work, and now just Leo.
Leo 頼め。削ってくれ。
Don't try it as well. No, you're gonna try and play to the cross.
青か3人削
Xiao
ってく
gonna
れ。
dip over. He's fine. That's clean work though. Still the flash to play. He spotted the player, but he has to get towards the plant. He knows it. He's drawn him off it.
Ooh,
a second of an opportunity there, and Leo now trying to toy with him. He's seen both players. I'm pretty sure he knows what's going on here. But the defuse, he's got to make his move here. It's a little too late. Na'Vi staying alive by the finest of margins now.
Only 2 rifles carried across though. CNED's not going to have that progress towards the Bladestorm just yet.
全然ありそうではあった。
Invest in a rifle here, but yeah, I think Angel's going to be struggling down at 3k. See if there's any possibility of getting a drop across, but CNED ultimately the one that makes this doable. Great read from Xiao though, anticipating that aggression towards screens. So Alpha was nearly lined up for 3 potentially. In that situation of 2v3, it's not the first thought in your mind that Alpha's going to go exploring. They do actually spread the funds a little bit. Angel on a Bulldog here. Very tentative from Na'Vi. Got a clone set up here for mid potentially. Again, with that smoke going up, it's not as if that's going to play Zipan into any position. Trailblazer will actually clear behind it as well, so almost no value off the back of that, and doesn't really throw Fnatic off the initial approach.
No, they want to continue up middle here. Taking the space that was garnered by that utility work early on. Would be Angel potentially to see the first couple of plays. They did continue up towards Heaven, but they're going through the protocol list. Going to keep Na'Vi
to
activate. Yeah, keep in mind that is from the last round being his third, and then that is the follow-up. Huge. Can he do any more though? Trying to slow this down a little, see if he can play in Zipan here. Paranoia sent back on through. The drop down comes in. Two players facing, and he doesn't win the fight either way. They know Xiao's around here somewhere.
There's no double face there from Xiao. And the paranoia that somebody's coming through from B main. CNET finds one with the backstab though.
3v3 again. Surrounded on all fronts, but it is Fnatic.
いやーどうするこの2人で
taking down the big man himself, Alpha. But I like that. A nice attempt from Fnatic to try and isolate one, but a check back in. Leo gonna know where Xiao is. He's gonna try and pick up the pace, get towards that pillar. Sugetsu with the next layer on this. Leo needs a kill here. And he's gonna get it. Xiao, and in the meantime, Booster got Sugetsu. And how is it just down to Angel now? And look at the position, making it hard to pry them out of his positions. A tap on the spike. The flash doesn't connect, but he notes the player. He falls back. Leo toying with time, but he falls. And just caught in those boosters there. Angels put down. And Na'Vi devastated.
Played to perfection by Leo, by the way. Slipping in and out behind that pillar, catching the information. Doesn't have a flash, so he doesn't want to commit to that engagement. So well played. Again, both kills come through at exactly the same time. Ultimately, Angel just not in a position to trade either of them. Looking, I'll be honest, very roughy on the second half as well for Na'Vi. Sheriffs to come through, a Bulldog in the hands of Sugetsu. But Fnatic on 11, knocking on the door of series point already.
B3 Kamiyaka.
It looks like B. Big paranoia.
ワンチャンパラノイアかけたけど。
Is it the counter paranoia?
I don't know. I'd like to watch that one back. As it stands, yeah, Fnatic just striding onto the site. Na'Vi not really being able to put up much of a fight here. Not clean for CNET, but he does at least get Durka down. Knives back into play here. Can he find any more? He needs a big round here, and he's going to try his damn best at it. Leo's fallen, 3 more to find. Gets paranoid about a flank, but we know it's not there. Fnatic, how much more can they hold on to this? CNET needs to do some serious work. Sugetsu, similar scenes. Doesn't have a great deal to work with, but he's got to make something out of nothing. They start working towards the site. Flash comes in, slows it down, Boaster denies Sugetsu. It's all on CNET. The clock running low now. Find another victim, needs 2 more to even have a chance at this. But look at the clock. He's running out of time and he knows it. He can't even really close the gap in this one. Such a valiant attempt from CNET. But I think we all know he's running a little low on time. Still has 1 more Cloudburst to work with. And he's going to make it the best of a bad scenario. But Alpha played him like a fiddle. Waited till the end. It's 12 for Fnatic.
Yeah, I'm not even sure there actually of the exchange. I know Boaster's paranoia was used up. But again, Angel tries to play into a position here.
Is it Xiao's?
I think it's Xiao's.
Yep. That's a little unlucky. Yeah. Oh.
But the worst thing as well, because Boaster's I think catches 2 members of Fnatic as well. Yeah, that's... You'll see when you watch it back.
Yep. No, it's definitely Boasters. Wasn't mine. Timeout for Na'Vi, but I feel like they've been outclassed this game, if I'm honest, Mike. Quite simply as well.
By a fairly large margin as well.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't seen Fnatic bring out these crazy new pieces, really. We've just seen them play.
Let's go Fnatic ってあるんだけど、
Like I said in the first map, they were paying a lot of respect, but that continued even where they had some rounds that felt very comfortable. They weren't overzealous, they weren't kind of drilling back in the necks. Even in their round losses, it wasn't as if, you know, they kind of got a little more aggro, you know, proactively looking for these engagements. It's been very receptive on both maps, to be honest with you. And I'll be honest, Na'Vi have been
もう取ってほしいなここで。
through finding repeatable success in particularly their attacking halves, to be honest, across both.
They have been floundering under the pressure. A last thrown attempt here from CNED. It looks like Operator is on. We've got a lot of ults to play with. Let's see what they've got. Fnatic making no secrets of this though. Going to be heading straight towards that A side. Deep smoke towards Heaven. Xiao going to put one back in. But it's not going to really subvert the intention of Fnatic all that much. Look and see what they can do here. CNED already going to connect towards Boaster. That's a big initial pick. And a good follow-up. Xiao there holding the line until then. Alpha going to break back through and Angel trying to fill that void.
アルファイアが今日強えマジで。
Alpha ready to go. Sugetsu now looks vulnerable. Has to back away from this.
Leo desperately trying to heal Alpha so
Please,
he can
Alpha,
continue to
come back.
fight. Spike though, in the meantime, has made its way all the way back towards B main.
Do they leave
Problem
CNED?
being, problem being
ahead.
Sugetsu spy cam is actually in vents. So I don't know whether or not they're going to look to pinch towards
この残された3人はマジで
See
何
the
かやって
pings
くれ
coming through
そ
on the
う。
minimap.
感は強い。
This is all about finding that one bit of information.
Yeah,
This is it. Whichever
that changes
information.
the entire outcome.
You've got Na'Vi waiting in CT and Fnatic waiting in middle. You've seen a little bit of something, but it's not super indicative. You're still a little worried they could double pump towards A. But I guess you put your faith in maybe CNED with that Operator. Move Sugetsu towards B and Zipan in between both. Ooh, Sugetsu, okay, trying to sit a little deeper towards B main. They've heard a fair amount of this. They should believe what they're hearing. With 10 seconds, can Sugetsu do anything about this? Zipan is primed in a good position to try and make his way forward. Sugetsu's closing the gap now. Going to see the first. That's Leo on a platter, and it's all on.
頼むアルファイア。
Close it out now. 12 on the board. If he makes it to 13, it's GG.
He's going to need the ace.
Is
We've
he?
already got 3 here.
どこ設置これ。
He's got his cam. CNED the first to step forward. No challenger yet. Here's the spike being toyed with. CNED prowling further forward. The Operator finally coming out, but he finds him. And now Alpha.
ああ、ハイジャルツが惜しい。
And that is a man who's had a world
まあエペ落とし、
class
あエペじゃねえわ。
Fantastic
オペ
form
か。
from
オペ落としたと思えば。
Incredible.
The challenge comes through so late though. If the spike cam actually had vision on the spike, there's a chance here where Alpha can actually clutch it out. And Na'Vi stick this through, faith in CNED to find the kill.
エペ
He doesn't even look that fussed. Just pulled off an ace. Goes to 12. To 6. Close enough. I just don't know if Na'Vi have anything left in the tank, if I'm honest. At least they've got a buy. This is going to be interesting. Fnatic are already up middle. This is so fast in comparison to what we've been seeing.
This is no information either, no sound cues at least from the steps. And no camera here this time around from Sugetsu. Lots of ultimates for Na'Vi to work with though. First one being Angel. Now, will he actually catch sight of these players in ropes?
He should be there in time.
Yeah. Spot out both of them.
いやちょっとか。
It's a Rolling Thunder. Again, they anticipate this A-pinch coming through. Sugetsu's found one on the back of the Rolling Thunder.
It's pretty big. Hold on. A little bit of fight in this one. And a little bit of support CNED there. Lovely work from CNED this time. Saving Sugetsu, who looked like he was
これは
about
き
to
つい。
be shredded in that. But no, Chronicle and Leo now left out in the cold. They've had no step towards sight. Spike to hand. Can Leo sell something here? Can they find any bit of space? But they've only got 30 seconds. What are you even meant to try in this? Just probably keep the rifles in your hands, and that's the best you can really hope for.
With Boaster at 1500, Alpha at 2300, I'm not even sure actually of Durka's ultimate status, but a chance here at least to get some
ブリー
investment
チ
back
入っ
into
て
the
夜
next.
入ったサイファーも入っ
The
た
Rolling Thunder,
3つ
Angel's
使ったん
ultimate
か
as well. And Sugetsu as well, throw that in the hat.
They live to fight another day. 5 alive for Na'Vi. And an upgrade here or there as well, so they should be able to get maybe a better purchase
3
going
つ履かせたんな
forward.
らいいの
Certainly
で
as
は
well. Okay.
Yeah, Durka one off the showstopper, so this is potentially doable here. Again, great read on the back of Angel's information. Spotting those 2 members in vents, immediately the Rolling Thunder is posted towards ramp and main. It's a perfect read of the situation. Like you said, when actually it feels like Fnatic have a massive advantage, or at least massive progress off the rip for free, with no resistance, not really giving away any information.
Okay, one away for Durka. And I'm looking to see if Boaster can play this out. It's Xiao finding Chronicle. Boaster only going to find one on this. But it looks like they want to double down on it as well. And actually, Fnatic with some fights.
すげえ駆け引きよくなれてるな、B 前。そんな B 前って大事なの？
That should never have been favorable, it feels. Never. They've just got everything they wanted.
なんかプライドバトルでもしてんの？ B 前ってそんな大事なの？
Oh, this is going to be a devastating round loss here. If this is the one that they lose it on. And they know 100% where both these players are. There's no secrets to this anymore. The time's now on their side as well. CNED takes the first couple of steps to get to find it. Leo falls towards Pillar. And they have to kind of live this one out. Rocket gets posted. CNED dodge is still standing, 2 feet planted back on the ground. Sugetsu with another valuable kill. There's still life in Na'Vi yet. After what felt like they'd maybe just fumbled that.
Yeah, this is Fnatic actually deciding to throw some of these investments in.
ここで決めたかっただろうな。
Again, no fault really in that, but Na'Vi flipping a 2v3 retake here.
なんでこの状況だな、冷静な打ち方できるの？
Yeah, this should have never happened. Sugetsu gets the freebie onto Leo, and that really opens things up.
うわ、強っ。
Do we actually have a comeback on our hands here?
I mean, I'm getting worried. Okay, so the loss bonus comes into effect now with what Fnatic can buy on some of these light shields. You question some of the utility potentially behind it, but yeah, one more and I'm a little concerned actually, especially if Na'Vi builds some momentum.
It feels like that's been missing from them the whole game. Whoa. And well, Angel's been decimated.
張り付きすぎ。
11 by the way on the Cypher.
It looks like this B piece is in motion. What does Xiao do about this? He can't do much. He has to respect it.
I've got your trail.
Even the Seekers to come through as well. Going to show exactly how far back Na'Vi are. You should be able to get that plant going for yourselves. Chronicle going to go for it. That's a little bit dangerous here. That smoke just dissipating, but no one there to really find much. Actually, tell the lights. At least denied the first attempt.
あれファイヤーがいい位置いるけどワイヤーがあんのか。どうなるかな。
CNED's in. He's straight in there. It's Chronicle to find Xiao though, leaving it just down to Zip and CNED and Sugetsu. And this is when the problems start to come together. You've got so many bodies against you here. Alpha does get noted, but he still wins the fight. CNED with 4 to 5.
これは取ろう。これは取ろう。
The flash pretty good as
もう場所も確定した。
Leo gonna keep that position in mind. The first couple of attempted steps mean nothing. Alpha having a belting game for himself. And well, sadly in my book, a little bit of a flat game from Na'Vi there.
Yeah, it did. I don't know if this were, again, we question some of the comfort of really when you bring across some of these compositions in the live game.
無敗マジか。無敗マジか。
feel characteristic of what we've seen from Na'Vi so far this season at least. I mean, I know Desk was hitting heavy on fundamentals and
アルファイア強すぎたな、スプリット。ロータスはクロニクルス食ってたけど。